la mbuyelo kana estate kana zwe mufu asiya matshilisano a to isa ani phanḓa afho imam ri tshi khou lavhelesa kha u kovhana ha estate ri tshi khou lavhelesa u kovhana ha ndaka ine hoyu wa munna o isiya i tea ya kha nnyi u ya nga islamic na musi ri ḓo vhetshela mulayo wa Afrika Tshipembe thungo ra lavhelesa lutendo lwa islamic uri zwi tea u ya ngafhi ezwo zwithu zwi kovheliwa nnyi.
Thank you very much. We're talking of inheritance now. Each one of us is one day going to die. We are going to leave this world. While we are in this world, we are all working, amassing things and properties, and we do it for those that are dependent on us and our extended families, and also for those that we can reach out to amongst humanity. So death can come at any time to either husband first or woman first. But when that happens, whatever the deceased leaves behind, it has to be fairly distributed amongst those that are living. So Islam has clarified what should be done with inheritance. When we look at the olden days, what used to happen was when the husband dies, the wife never used to get anything. The relatives of the husband would come and take everything. And the wife would be treated like property. She would be inherited together with the property of her deceased husband. And it was very unfair. And we would also see a certain instance. There was an instance also where when someone dies, or when a parent dies, all the wealth would be given to the children, and the other surviving parent would be left with nothing. So Islam came to address the inequalities that were prevalent in society, and to give an equitable and a fair solution to inheritance. So Islam mentions one principle, very important principle, in the beginning, in the 4th chapter, known as Surah An-Nisa. It puts males and females in an equal standing, wherein it says, لِلرِّجَالِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا تَرَكَ الْوَالِدَيْنِ وَالْأَقْرَبِينَ وَلِلنِّسَاءِ. That there is a share for men and a share for women from what is left behind by both parents, and then those nearest in relationship, which meant to say that when our parents, we were boys and girls in our family, and then our parents pass on. Now, what are the boys going to get? What are the females going to get? So Islam says, for both the males and the females is a share from what was left behind by the parents. And in this verse, we are being told that all genders have a share. They are equally entitled to inheritance. So now also Islam goes a step further. It stipulates what a mother gets, what a father gets, what the sons gets, what the daughters gets, what the grandparents get, the grandfather, the grandmother, what the brothers get, what the sisters get from the inheritance. And this,
in Islam, everyone who is close to
they are called the near relatives. This is what is called as fixed heirs. The ones that have got a fixed portion from the inheritance of the deceased. So, but how does Islam go about the distribution itself? If I die today, the first step is to make sure that all my obligations are fulfilled. And when we are talking of obligations, we are talking of the debts that I had. If I had some estate that I left behind, before that estate can be distributed, it must be established how much and who I was owing. So my debts must be cleared from my estate before that estate can be shared amongst the heirs. And after the debts have been cleared, Then we go on and look at, say, okay, this is, say, you left, I left, the combined total of what I left behind is 100,000. So then it is established that I was owing, say, 20,000. So my debt is cleared. Now remaining is 80,000. Then there is also the second aspect that is looked at before the distribution, which is known as bequeaths. For example, I had written any will that when I pass on, so much of my wealth must be given to a charitable organization. For instance, there is an orphanage, to say you must give such to an orphanage, or you must give so much to so and so. When it comes to people, I cannot give a bequeath or a will, a bequeath, to a person who is already a beneficiary of my estate. Like my son, I cannot bequeath to my son. I cannot bequeath to my mother, because naturally they are going to inherit from me. So these bequeaths, they are made to people who otherwise would not be part of the heirs of my estate.
Meaning that it's wrong as a Muslim to take away the whole package from the wife and the children.
No one is entitled to the entire inheritance or estate of the deceased. It has to be distributed and fairly. And again, when it comes to the bequeaths that you have to bequeath to other people who are not fixed heirs, it must not exceed 1/3 of your total estate. So for example, if I have got 75,000, that's my total estate. I can only bequeath up to 25,000. I cannot bequeath more than that, because more than that is more than 1/3.
Rodi bwesenga manda imam angangeni ka sia la rutendo rechida ka ifa nguri vadi wana pa mitani bachidi fi hoyu ndiye no bulaya mwana washu angasiwa ni chitu mchezo ni FM.
That aspect again is covered. There is an issue of homicide. If I was entitled to inherit from my father, and then I kill my father, it is established that I killed my father, automatically I cease to be a fixed heir. I cannot benefit, because that is meant to address the issue of killings. Otherwise, if I want to inherit from you, I can just kill you, then I take over. Once it is established that I'm the one who killed you, I'm not entitled to receive anything from your inheritance. Even if you are my child, my son, or my mother, my father, it doesn't matter.
9.8. The Limpopo Department of Health says the challenges at Elim Hospital remains critical as the bulk supply is completely constrained. The Vembe District Council invites all community stakeholders to the Vembe District